8 ways to transform your marriage from meh to magical. It's easy to confuse fantasy and reality when it comes to romance. Marriages are rarely full-time fairy tales, despite what you may see in the movies. Having said that, it is critical to maintaining romance in a marriage. If date nights with your spouse no longer feel special, and traditional romantic events have lost their luster, it's time to make a change. Dealing with a less than romantic husband can be exhausting, especially if you're still trying to keep the flame alive. Here are 8 ideas to transform your marriage from meh to magical. 1. Establish reasonable expectations. When it comes to romance, most of us are dreamers who like to see big picture possibilities. This is where things get complicated. If you have a habit of setting unrealistic expectations for your husband, you will be disappointed when those expectations are not met. While it would be wonderful if he surprised you with diamonds or a romantic getaway for 2, it is not a realistic expectation. Worse, when he does try to express his romantic side, his gestures will seem insignificant in comparison, because your expectations were unrealistically high. Setting reasonable expectations starts with you. Consider how practical you are before you get your hopes up or wish for a romantic spectacle. If your husband has completely lost his romantic touch, let him know that it is important to you that he makes an effort. This does not imply waving your phone in his face to demonstrate how wonderful someone else's relationship is, but rather speaking with him about the problem. Stop comparing your relationship to that of other couples. Some people are born romantic, but that doesn't mean their marriage is flawless. Every marriage has its own set of difficulties to overcome, so don't assume that everyone else has it easier than you. 2. Recognize that he may express his feelings differently than you do. Everyone expresses love in their unique way, and getting to know your husband is essential to understanding his romantic side. You and he must share the kinds of things you find romantic to learn each other's love language. For example, you may believe that receiving gifts from him or going out on the town with him is romantic. Your husband, on the other hand, may believe that romance is cleaning the bathroom together or snuggling on the couch. You'll have a better understanding of your husband's romantic perspective once you've identified his love language, and you'll be able to start encouraging him to up his game. Maybe your husband thought he was being romantic all along and you just couldn't see it that way. 3. Tell him exactly what you want from him. Set him up for success once you've identified his love language. To accomplish this, consider how he is romantic in ways that you admire and share your thoughts with him. Communication is essential in marriage, and when it comes to romance, it's critical to be upfront and honest with each other. Consider it a Christmas present. When you don't tell someone what you want for Christmas and don't give them any gift ideas, it's difficult for them to guess a present that will make you happy and meet your needs. On the other hand, if you do give them some suggestions, chances are they will come up with something you will enjoy. Do the same with your husband, and tell him what you find romantic so that he can play off of those ideas. Sending your husband playful texts with links to things you find cute, or sharing date night ideas that would be fun to do together, is a good way to do this. 4. Show him how much you adore and value him. We crave recognition as humans. It's one of the primary reasons we do what we do. A little gratitude can go a long way. Always take the time to tell your husband how much you appreciate his efforts and how much they mean to you. When you do, he'll be all over you again. 5. Continue to work on his affections. Too often, married couples lose sight of the importance of looking good for their partner. When this occurs, it's akin to saying, "We're married, I've already got you, so I don't have to worry about looking good for you." If you lose interest in your appearance, your husband may find it difficult to see you in a romantic and exciting light. Take the time to look good for your husband if you want him to romance you. This does not imply that you must constantly diet or spend hundreds of dollars on expensive clothing. Instead, make an effort to look, feel, and smell good to show your husband that you care. You never know, it might give him the push he needs to start dating again. 6. Laugh alongside him. When daily routines take over, it's easy to forget that playing together is just as important as working together. Learn to laugh and have fun with your husband again to help bring out his romantic side. Do things together that make you both feel light-hearted and content, whether it's a drive through the countryside, a trip to the zoo, or ordering pizza. Flirting goes hand in hand with laughing. Whether it's been hours, days, months, or years since you last flirted with your husband, let loose and get frisky. You won each other over through flirting in the beginning, so bringing those feelings back may remind him how good it feels to be romantic. 7. Schedule some one-on-one time with him. Husbands and wives will grow apart if they do not spend enough quality time together. Make it a point to schedule at least a few hours per week for the two of you to be alone together. Take walks, watch movies, enroll in various classes, dance, cooking, language, etc., or go out to dinner. Whatever you decide, do it just for the two of you. At the same time, simply spending time together will not help your husband's romance. What you need to do is concentrate on sharing thoughts, ideas, and activities in a way that pleases your husband and brings you closer together as a couple. Set a tone that will entice him to act on the romance if you want it. 8. Tell him you adore him. Telling your husband how much he means to you is a great way to bring out his romantic side. Saying "I love you" is always a good idea, and everyone appreciates being told how much they are loved and cared for. At the same time, there are other ways to express your feelings for him. You can, for example, tell your husband about your hopes, dreams, and secret thoughts. This will bring him closer to you and is an excellent way to bring out his romantic side. You can also tell your husband how much you enjoy being married to him and discuss the qualities you admire the most. Is it his great sense of humor or the way he greets you after a long day at work? Married couples frequently spend a lot of time complaining and bickering about one another's flaws, so instead of focusing on the negatives, make love the focal point of your discussion. It's sure to make your husband feel romantic.